You were useful while you lasted.
Did you ever love me?
Love doesn't build empires.
You were useful while you lasted.
You were useful while you lasted. For almost 4 years, Olivia had been the woman behind Marcus's success. She was there when he was nothing more than a frustrated junior analyst with big dreams and empty pockets. She listened to every doubt, encouraged every risky decision, corrected his presentations late at night, and believed in him when even his own family didn't. She didn't ask for credit. She didn't ask for promises. She only asked for honesty. But honesty was the one thing Marcus never gave her. The truth came out on a Friday evening, during a company event meant to celebrate his promotion. Olivia stood near the back of the room, watching him laugh with colleagues, confident and admired. He looked like a man who had finally won. And in his speech, he thanked his mentors, his boss, his friends, everyone except her. Later that night, when Olivia finally confronted him, Marcus didn't even try to deny it. He told her about the other woman, the CEO's daughter, as if he were explaining a smart career move. She opens doors, he said calmly. You never could. Olivia felt something break inside her, but she refused to cry in front of him. She asked him one last question, her voice barely steady. Did you ever love me? Marcus looked at her, thoughtful for a moment, then shrugged. Love doesn't build empires. That was the moment she walked away. For weeks after the breakup, Olivia disappeared from Marcus's world completely. No angry messages. No emotional calls. No public humiliation. Just silence. And that silence made Marcus believe he had won easily. He told himself she would fade away like everything else he had outgrown. What he didn't know was that Olivia was rebuilding herself with the same patience and intelligence she once used to support him. She returned to an idea she had abandoned years earlier, a digital consulting platform she had once pitched to Marcus, only for him to dismiss it as unrealistic. This time, she worked alone. She studied obsessively, refined her strategy, and slowly built a small but loyal network of clients. She failed more than once, but unlike before, she had no one telling her to give up. Months passed. Then a year. Olivia was no longer surviving, she was thriving. Her company grew quietly, without flashy headlines. She focused on long-term value, on trust, on results. And eventually, her name began to circulate in circles Marcus never expected her to enter. The irony of life revealed itself on a rainy Tuesday morning. Marcus received an email requesting a meeting with a potential investor interested in acquiring a significant stake in his company. The offer was generous. Too generous to ignore. Confident, Marcus agreed. When he entered the meeting room, his confidence collapsed instantly. Olivia was already there. She stood near the window, calm and composed, dressed with an elegance that came from confidence, not money. For a brief second, their eyes met. Marcus froze, searching for traces of the woman he once dismissed. He found none. Good morning, Olivia said politely, extending her hand as if meeting a stranger. Thank you for coming. Throughout the meeting, Olivia spoke with clarity and authority. She knew every number, every weakness, every opportunity. Marcus realized, too late, that she understood his business better than he ever had. Then came the final revelation. Her company wasn't just investing. It was acquiring control. When the meeting ended, Marcus followed her into the hallway, his voice trembling with disbelief. Olivia. I had no idea. She turned to him, her expression calm, almost kind. You were right about one thing, she said softly. Love alone doesn't build empires. She paused, then added, but intelligence, patience, and resilience do. Marcus tried to apologize. Tried to explain. Tried to rewrite the past. But Olivia didn't need revenge fueled by anger. Her victory was already complete. As she walked away, she felt something she hadn't felt in a long time: peace. Not because he suffered, but because she had finally proven to herself that she was never useful. She was powerful. And sometimes, the smartest revenge isn't destroying someone who hurt you. It's becoming so successful that their opinion no longer matters. When Clara met Ethan, she had nothing but hope. She worked long hours in a small cafe, saving every coin, dreaming of a future that felt impossibly far away. Ethan was different. Ambitious, charming, always talking about success. He promised her a life beyond survival. And Clara believed him. She believed him when he said he loved her. She believed him when he said they were a team. She believed him when he said her sacrifices would matter. Clara paid part of his tuition when he decided to study business. She skipped meals so he could eat better. She listened to his dreams late at night, even when she was exhausted. When he failed, she comforted him. When he doubted himself, she reminded him who he was. But success has a way of revealing the truth about people. The day Ethan signed his first major contract, everything changed. He stopped answering her messages quickly. He became distant, distracted. He started correcting the way she dressed, the way she spoke, the way she laughed. One evening, Clara surprised him at an upscale restaurant where he said he was meeting investors. Through the glass, she saw him laughing with a woman in an elegant dress, her hand resting confidently on his arm. Clara didn't want to believe it. She waited outside, her heart pounding. When Ethan finally came out and saw her, his smile vanished. "This isn't what it looks like," he said too quickly. But the woman smiled calmly and introduced herself as his girlfriend. That was when Ethan stopped pretending. "I didn't want you to find out like this," he said, lowering his voice. "But you wouldn't fit into my life anymore." Clara felt her chest tighten. "I helped you get here," she whispered. "And I appreciate that," he replied coldly. "But let's be honest. You were useful back then. Not now." Useful. That word broke something inside her. "You're emotional," he continued. "I need someone who matches my level." He walked away without looking back. Clara went home alone that night. She cried until her body ached. But something unexpected happened between the tears and the silence. She stopped begging the past to return. Instead, she started planning the future. Clara remembered the idea she once shared with Ethan, the one he had laughed at. A digital platform connecting small businesses to ethical investors. Too idealistic, he had said. Now, it was hers again. She worked nights. She studied. She failed and tried again. There were moments she wanted to quit, moments when loneliness felt unbearable. But every time she remembered Ethan's words, she felt something stronger than pain. Determination. 3 years passed. Clara no longer worked at the cafe. Her platform had grown steadily, quietly, built on trust and transparency. Investors respected her. Entrepreneurs admired her. She didn't talk about her past. She didn't need to. One morning, she received an email invitation to a corporate merger meeting. A company was being acquired by an international investment group. Clara's company was listed as the lead partner. She didn't recognize the name of the company being acquired until she entered the meeting room. Ethan was there. He looked confident at first, smiling, shaking hands. Then his eyes met hers. The color drained from his face. Clara sat at the head of the table, calm, composed, elegant. "Good morning," she said professionally. "Thank you all for coming." Ethan couldn't focus. His mind raced as Clara explained numbers, projections, strategies. She spoke with authority, clarity, strength. This was not the woman he had left behind. When the meeting ended, Ethan approached her, his voice trembling. "Clara, I didn't know it was you. She looked at him politely. Is there something business-related you'd like to discuss? She asked. He swallowed hard. I made a mistake, he said quietly. I was blind. I was arrogant. She listened without interrupting. I see now how much you meant, he continued. How much you gave up for me. Clara nodded slowly. Yes, she said. I did. For a moment, hope flickered in his eyes. I'd like to fix things, he said. Personally. Professionally. However you want. Clara stood up, meeting his gaze. I don't want revenge, she said calmly. And I don't want apologies. He looked confused. I wanted justice, she continued. And I already have it. She handed him the contract. Her company would acquire his. He would keep his position under her leadership. This is mercy, she added softly. Because I don't need to destroy you to prove my worth. Ethan signed. As Clara walked out of the building that day, she felt lighter than she ever had before. Not because she had one, but because she no longer needed validation from someone who once couldn't see her value. Her revenge wasn't cruelty. It was growth. And that was something no one could ever take from her again.